Hi everybody, this is Tu with Cascadia Consulting Group in Seattle, Washington. Today I'm going to give you a quick tutorial on how to use the Climate Impacts Decision Support tool. And the version that I'm using is actually the Vietnam Climate Impacts Decision Support tool that we use for our project in Vietnam over the last 2 years. However, don't worry, um, this version of the tool should be pretty close to the tool that we designed for um, other cities, other municipalities, or clients. So just wait on. So this is the first page of the tool, and we have the name for that specific tool. We have the logo of Cascadia and USAID, who is the client of this specific Vietnam project. And you can see that there's a quick introduction of the tool right here. There's, there are some system requirements for users, so you will need Windows Excel 2010 or newer version, so please get that. You have to enable your macro in Excel because this is an Excel based software. You should have internet in connection and preferably using Internet Explorer as your web browser. And so let's dive in. Right here we have a couple of different sections with what is CIMPACT-DST. So you click on that, it will say some basic thing about what the tool, short name CIMPACT-DST, does and what it doesn't do. And next one is how it works. So basically this is a diagram to say how the tool takes in all the information um, to its database and produce the outputs for user. So that's pretty cool and pretty. Next one is navigation tab, and it just tells you how many tabs we have in this tool and how are they connected. The next tab is steps of using the tool. So you just enter basic information, you select the planning horizon because we designed this tool specifically for planners in Vietnam. And then we'll determine climate exposure, and then the tool will review tool outputs. Then tips and tricks. We will just basically explain what the different buttons in the tool does. And then we'll just click on get started. Alright, let's try it. So pretty easy. Um, Pretty easy. So this is the first real tab of the tool after the introduction tab, and you can see this very with different sections that you can enter the project information. So for example, right here, project name, you can just enter a name. So let's say CD. Cool. And then planning type, we have different types, so we can choose. But this is tailored to the Vietnamese planning system, urban planning system. So it's not necessarily the same when we have another tool for example, Seattle. But let's choose detail and zoning planning. For sector, oh, it's a little bit slow. Oh, shoot. So choose general planning, and then we'll have different sector. In that planning type we can choose. So general planning for water supply, for example. And if you don't understand what it is, you can just click on this question mark and it will tell you what it is, what it means. Pretty cool. Okay. And moving on, we're going to choose the province or centrally controlled city that we want to craft this master general plan. So let's say we choose, and it has all the provinces in Vietnam. So let's say we choose the capital city Hanoi, and then the next button will automatically filter itself to city, town, or districts in that province. So I can say choose this Hai Bai Chung district. And on the right hand side, basically it's just this um, general map to show you of the whole country of Vietnam and kind of just give you a general sense of how climate change impacts are gonna materialize over the next um, 20 years, 30 years, or 50 years. So that, sea level rise. Just kind of an introduction example map for you to see. So here are the buttons that we talked about in the introduction tab. So we have um, these two arrows, and we're just going to go to the next one. So next step, we have to give the tools some information about the project. So let's see. Here we have the information already populated in the title, but we have to choose the planning horizon because this is for planners. What is that? Let's see. So planning horizon is the most distant time frame within which the planned infrastructure is expected to meet its performance criteria. Okay, so let's choose 2050. So we're moving on, we have to choose the temperature impact of that project. So let's see what it is. So we have to decide well, how much the temperature is gonna increase for that area. How do you do that? You follow this instruction. So for each impact, first click on the drop down to view the exposure zone. Click here. Then click the icon to identify exposure classification. Oh, so it's taking me to a online um, mapping software um, that has the map, the GIS map of the whole Vietnam. Oh, okay, it's a little bit slow because my internet is slow. Okay, so get rid of this. We can search for that area. What? Oh no. Okay, I guess you have to even province first. Okay, let's see. So how are we gonna find the city? We'll type in Hanoi. Ugh. Okay, so this one we will have to zoom in, I guess. Let's go back and see how the other one will go. So this one works out better. Alright. Alright, so it's basically you use the map, the online maps, to select your zone of temperature impacts, precipitation impacts, and sea level rise impacts. So let's say I choose, for example, just an example, temperature is going to increase from 1.6 to 2 degrees Celsius degree in that planning horizon. And then rainfall exposure is going to be 2.1 to 4% increase. Draft exposure is going to be lowest value between um, minus 0.1 and minus 6%. Flood exposure is going to be in 20 flood zone. Landslide exposure is going to be pretty low. And then sea level rise inundation exposure is going to be not within an inundation zone. Coastal erosion exposure, low. Salinity intrusion exposure, low, because it's not close to the sea. And here on the right hand side, you have a very nice um, instruction of how to use the map. So next, it will take us to this temperature impact tab um, with projected impacts and exposure, annually, seasonally, potential exposure to the project, and then the impact summary um, with specific impacts that will happen to the project. So you can see that. And then the very important part is the guidance information down here. It will gives you guidance information of how to adapt to that impact specifically. And moving on, we'll have a tab for precipitation. Um, so here it is. Pretty cool. Next one is sea level rise. Oops. Okay. Very cool. And that's it. So next one is just references. So there's a list of different sources and documents, reports, studies that we use for this tool, specifically for the content. So from international organization to national Vietnamese government and local government, as well as universities. So that's pretty cool. And for any source that's online, there will be a